December 6th is when we had the shooting here at UNLV at the campus, and you were my only appointment that day, and I had debated that whole week to call you and say, let's just do it on Zoom. And my wife had told me, just go in person. You haven't seen the student in a while, and she's eager to share her ideas with you regarding her vision for her school. Just go.
Wow.
And I said, okay, I'll just go. Your audience probably doesn't know this, but when I had you as a student, I didn't even see you in person.
No, you're right. We were online.
It was during the pandemic, so it was all Zoom.
You're right. So December 6th was the first time we actually met in person.
It was the first time we met in person.
That's right.
And so the phone, my office phone, an alarm set off, and I didn't know what it was. And so I heard some rumbling in the hallways here. And so when I came out, some of my colleagues were yelling across the hallway saying there's an active shooter on campus. And it didn't hit me until I came back into the office, and then there was a message on the office phone, which I took pictures of. I still have the pictures, all the messages on it.
Yeah.
We should have taken pictures that day. But it did say there was an active shooter, and
it was run, hide, fight. This is not a drill.
This is not a drill. And so
we're like,
for a split second, I thought about the fight stuff or run or whatever, but I thought, wait a second, I have a student with me. Right, I have a student with me. This is all a split second, right? And so everybody was slamming their doors shut, and I said, okay,
shelter in place.
Let's just shelter in place, and let's see what's going on. And then I remember hearing gunshots. I don't know if you remember hearing
do.
Okay, yeah, I heard gunshots, and then
I remember looking at each other like, and we didn't say a word, but we looked at each other and we were like, oh my gosh.
It's real.
This is real.
This is real. So I heard gunshots, and then what happened was I ran to the window here, and then I heard a lot of people run or screaming, and I saw a bunch of students running away. And that's where the thought came, like, I can't run because I don't know where this person is. I don't know if we run together, who knows? And so shelter in place, and I didn't have any reception, and I wanted to find out what the heck was going on, and so I went on Google Chat to talk to colleagues that were sheltering in place in their offices, and I logged on to Twitter, which was probably a mistake because we learned that the information on Twitter was not accurate. After a while going on the Twitter, we realized that, or it was indicating that there was multiple shooters on campus, which really got us worried. We didn't know. One was down and they were looking for others, and I thought, man, we're going to be here for a while. And I think I remember talking about if we do hear somebody in the hallway, this is what we do. And we're going to throw this bookshelf over, throw it in front of the door,
stay low, away from the window, all that stuff that we educators are unfortunately trained.
It was sad to have that. We had to have that conversation. If we hear the shooter or the shooters come up, this is what we will do. And we had to have that conversation first. I saw outside that they had surrounded the building, and so people started opening up their doors and just talking about the experience. And then the door slammed here by the stairs, and it was FBI. Does anybody need help? It was a loud voice, and he and some other guys just came out, pointing at us, hands up, and we were just okay. And we walked down the stairs, and a bunch of armed people, and then I could see through the doors too, the hallway doors, the windows, that they were there looking at every classroom.
Yep.
And then to see a lot of my colleagues out in the field, and then just, I don't know why, but they took us, they walked us right in front of the incident where everything happened. I don't know if you remember that.
Kind of.
Yeah, instead of taking us the back way, they took us right, we turned right in front of the building.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought, that's so strange. So obviously I had to look. I'm looking, and
I don't remember seeing anything though. They have.
I don't remember. I want to say I saw something, but who knows, right? My memory. All that was just
adrenaline.
Correct. And then we went to the Thomas and Mack Center.
Yeah.
Waited there for a while.
Yeah.
Nothing happened, and I just remember trying to walk around campus to find my car.
Yeah.
Walked there with a colleague, didn't let us in.
Yeah.
And then I walked back, and then I crossed the street and sat on the cement parking lot of CVS.
Oh.
Yes. Sat there on the CVS parking lot floor, and one of my colleagues from a different department was there. And finally I get cell phone reception. And so all these texts, well, not some texts, because a week later I got everybody's text.
Yeah.
As weird as that is, but you know, wives calling, parents are calling, people are calling me now, and then my colleague there was just, she saw me and she said, hey, you know, my dad's coming to pick me up, and my husband. We'll just give you a ride home. Don't worry about it. You know, because my wife was going to pick me up. It was going to take her an hour to get here for all the traffic.
They shut down a lot of the street that was that came to UNLV. A lot of the streets were closed,
and the ones that were open were just full of traffic and backed up for miles.
It was crazy.
And so I called her and said, "Don't worry." I got my colleague picking me up, and I still remember. The car rolled up and it was a Porsche.
Oh, okay.
It was a Porsche.
It was a Porsche. You got a ride from a
Porsche. So I pulled up a Porsche. I got off the floor, the parking lot floor. And I thought, what a bizarre day. UNLV closed for the semester.
For the semester?
They closed for the semester. Everything got postponed.
Yeah.
But I came back.
You came back.
I came back maybe 2 weeks afterwards.
2 weeks, okay.
And I just came back just to kind of, I don't know, I just thought it would be a good part of me kind of healing process for me to come back here as soon as possible, to normalize, I guess, myself. And I stood in front of the College of Business building for a while and just sat there. No, I did that intentionally. Like I walked, there was already murals and flowers all over campus, and I went to all of them because I whatever I fear, I try to confront. And so if I was uncomfortable with that thought or just going back to campus, I knew that one way to overcome it. And this is my own opinion. I don't know if there's
everybody has their own healing, but what did you do to heal? Yes.
No, I literally went and visited the spots on campus.
On campus.
Yeah. You know, like I had to face it. You know, and that was a way for me to just regroup. You know, and just say, look, this happened, and I want to move forward with it, even though it's part of my life now, it's part of my experience, you know, but I can face it and share my experience to others.